Hey guys, I've had just a few messages about how I changed my print settings to be able to print larger than the standard letter size. So I just wanted to do a video for whoever might not know how to do this, because I know it took me a minute and then really thinking about how to change it, and then it clicked in my head and it worked. And I wanted to make sure for whoever doesn't know how to do this and is curious about it, having trouble figuring it out, to do a video to help anybody that needs help doing it. Now make sure you have your show print border on. That's this little black line, and that is your print range. That's as far as you can go for it to be your able to print. So that's again just your standard letter size. But if you will go to File, Print, Preferences. Now right here, your document size. They have some pre-programmed in here, so if you see the size you need on here, great, click it, it will work. I always use user define for mainly I do sublimation, so this, and then I have a large roll of paper that I cut off myself. So you do have a minimum and a maximum range of how big you can choose. I just had these settings previously in here, so we'll just go, we'll take it off so y'all can see it better. But this is just going to be your standard size. Now I'm changing all my settings to print 12 by 12. Okay, and then I always do a print preview. That way I can see what is about to be printed, how is it going to be printed, if anything's cut off. I know I've seen some people who have printed stuff and half of it's cut off. I'll always do the print preview for this reason. It will save you time, paper, ink, money in general, because you are reviewing your image before it's actually printed. And so if anything needs to be changed, something's cut off, you can go in and mess with it and make sure your image is perfect and ready to go. So, okay, you have to click apply. If you don't click apply, it will not generate into your system. Apply, hit cancel because you're not ready to print yet, because you need your image larger. Now watch, automatically you see my print line change from that regular letter size paper to my 12 by 12. So now I can take my image and enlarge it. Now I'll always do a mirror before. I don't do it in the print settings because sometimes it will flip and then some of your image get messed up depending on what kind of image. Depending on what kind of image you have, it can mess up. So I have my image mirrored. So we'll go File, Print, and you do have to go to your actual printer and change it to the same preference you saved on your computer. So I changed my preference to 12 by 12. So I'll need to go to my printer paper. I'll need to go to my printer and change my paper size to that 12 by 12. Or you'll get an error message to tell you what you're trying to print. It doesn't match up. At least that's what my printer does. So now we will do print. And this takes just a minute to go through, but then my print preview, will pop up, and then we can check our image. Bless you. Hold it, I'll open it. Hold it. Okay, sorry. There is our print preview, and I always make it large so I can actually see everything better than the little tiny thing. There is our image, and you can see nothing is cut off. Everything is in our border just perfect. It looks great. It is mirrored. And this is a big thing too. You can always make sure, okay, I actually mirrored my image like I was supposed to, because sometimes you forget, things happen. Your mind goes blank. This way you can always see the image before you print it to make sure it is up to par on how you would want it to print. Now I'm going to show you one thing too. This is why I always, good job, always mirror. Sorry, I've got one kid homesick and a 3-year-old and a 12-week-old. So the 3-year-old just woke up. So I'm going to show you. This is why I always print preview. So you see your print line down at the bottom. If you accidentally, like I said, I've got kids, so sometimes I accidentally might bump this while I'm trying to do this, and it go askew. And then let's see, I have my letters under my print line. So you will see file, print, hit print, and then when your preview comes up, you will see half of your line of your letters is missing. That's because you accidentally came out of that print border. And this is why I always do my print preview, so I can see that, to make sure I'm not cutting anything off. My image isn't missing something that should be there and it's not, and it will save you a lot of headache in the end when you're doing print and cut or sublimation printing, anything like that. So again, it's going to take just a bit to, excuse me, pop up. I haven't had my coffee yet this morning. All right, let's enlarge it. And see, we have missed half of the bottom part of our letters. So that's why print preview is such a good function, so you can actually see what you're doing. Again, it will make sure you remember, oh man, I need to mirror that before I print it off. Or hey, I got half my stuff missing. What did I do wrong? Do I need to have my paper a little bit larger or minimize my image some? So it's really helpful, I believe, the print preview is, and it will save you a ton of headache in the end as far as getting your image messed up. So I hope this video has been helpful to anybody or somebody, everybody, and I appreciate you for watching. Thank you.